Jeremy Corbell. Hello,
Hey,
nice to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, I know last time we had you on, we were talking about Skinwalker Ranch, and then we were hinting about how you were like eyeballs deep in the edit for Bob Lazar,
right.
Area 51, and Flying Saucers.
The reason I made this movie is because I'm fascinated. I want to know too. This is what inspired me when I was a kid. Is this real? Is this true? So my whole goal is to get people talking about it. If you watch the movie, you will come out of it knowing more about Bob and his story, especially if you've never heard about it before. Even if you have, there's at least 7 points of new information in the movie.
My name's Bob Lazar. I'm known for working at a classified base known as S4 out in the Nevada desert near Area 51. And there, we reverse engineered alien spacecraft. And it's changed my life a lot. You know, it's probably changed every aspect of it.
Positive or negative?
Well, for the most part, negative. I mean, it's really difficult to find positive aspects of that. I mean, I'm sure there are some here and there, but most of them were negative.
So that's important that everybody watches the movie. But why it's so important now that you hear Bob Lazar's story is because in December of 2017, we heard our government had a UFO program that was called ATIP, Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. However, there was a mother program. It was called AWSAP, Advanced Aerospace Weapons System Application Program. That was a Defense Intelligence Agency program to study related phenomenon to UFOs. So why Bob's story is so important now, we have Lou Elizondo, who's the head of this government program to study UFOs. There's a UFO program, not just Project Blue Book like the new series that's out and all that stuff. It's an old program, 1969, it ended. There's a new program. Bob Lazar says he worked in a government program to work on power and propulsion. So not UFO identification for the military, but another program. I will tell you here now, and I've said it before, there are a multitude of UFO programs currently and from past that are actively studying different elements of the UFO phenomenon, from biology to crash retrieval. So I think in time, what I'm saying now will be proven. Maybe there'll be these 4 programs I mentioned before that are named. Let's see.
Yeah.
But there are more than that. And I think over time we're going to learn that historically the Bob Lazar testimony is important. And so you be the judge of it. He's told you his story because he felt it's important for you to know that there is a science and a technology that is being held from you. And that technology can change the world, and we already know about it, and it's non-terrestrial. And I think that's what he wants you to know. Take it or leave it. Bob just wants to live his normal life. He never wants to do this stuff. I begged him to do it. So
yeah.
I think he's done. I think he's told you his story again. I'll try to get him for some Q&As when I show my movie or that kind of thing. But he just wants to live his normal life. But he felt it important to untwist his story the way people have twisted it over 30 years. I keep saying this, and I mean it. You know, his critics have had the mic for more than 30 years, and we took the mic back, and that's the point. Telling you his side of the story now.
You're telling me there's a different physics. That was your job. You were working on that.
The science was something we were trying to figure out, but we knew how the devices would operate. You know, for instance, the propulsion of the craft. Everything that we have, whether it's a propeller plane or a jet or a rocket, it throws something out the back, either high-speed exhaust or a large volume of air. It's an action-reaction force. The action is you throw something out the back, and it moves you forward. That's how everything works. This is the first time there's a craft it's a reactionless craft. It's a field propulsion craft. And what it does is it creates a distortion in space and time in front of it, where space actually bends. And my analogy to that has always been, put a bowling ball in the middle of your bed, and then a foot in front of it, take your fist and push down on the mattress. The bowling ball will roll towards it. And that's exactly how the craft works. It creates a distortion right in front of it, and the craft falls forward.
So there's a different physics that we're not...
Well, the science that explains how the technology works. I mean, it's all encompassed as one thing, alien technology and science.
What is the big picture? What is the takeaway of your story after you're gone? You're not a rebel kid with a jet car at Los Alamos today. Today's a different Bob Lazar, right?
Right.
What have we learned? What's the message of your story?
The big thing is the suppression of extremely advanced technology and the suppression of unknown science. That's it. Those two things, to me, is the only thing that's important about what was going on out there. Yeah, there's another civilization, and like I've said before, that's a crime not to tell humanity about that, but that's a separate thing.
Meaning that there is something different in science dramatically that we're not allowed to know?
Right. Right.
That is a true statement.
Yeah, that's a true statement.
The fact that there is another intelligent, technologically advanced civilization, we have some of their objects.
That is really the pinnacle. That there's another civilization in existence that's intelligent that we know about. And we actually have artifacts from them that can operate. So I mean, that's a big, big deal. But in my mind, there's a lot to deal with that. However, the science and the technology can change us dramatically. It can change the way the entire world operates, the economy, everything. So those stick out in my mind as being critically important.
And we have it.
Oh, we have them. You don't have to believe it, but we do.
And you've seen it.
I've seen it.
And you've touched it.
I've dismantled it.
Now that this is kind of out of your wheelhouse, you get to calm down a little bit. I am sure, knowing you, you have another project right on the back end. So.
I do, but I'm not going to tell you this time, Jessica. No, not this time.
Oh, come on, we're friends, dude.
I know, but there's so much going on right now, and there's so much more to tell. I have so much more to give from the footage that I haven't released yet. Mm-hmm. You're going to find a lot, like I'm releasing it to my YouTube channel, stuff like that. You're going to find a lot of content and information coming out in the next year from me.
Thank you so much, Jeremy, Corbell, everybody, for joining us. Congratulations on the movie. We will see you guys next week, and bye.
Nothing good comes from the UFO field for him. This is a reluctant UFO messiah. It changed his life.
This week we've heard the contention of UFO researchers that there's a secret government within our government.
Well, there's several, actually 9 flying saucers, flying discs that are out there of extraterrestrial origin.
The live interview with the shadowy Dennis drew international attention. Portions were broadcast by radio in 6 European countries and in a nationally televised TV special in Japan. Despite numerous inquiries and feelers, Dennis has remained anonymous until now. His real name is Robert Lazar. He says he was hired to work at an area called S4, which is a few miles south of Groom Lake. At S4, he says, are flying saucers, antimatter reactors, and other working examples of technology that is seemingly beyond human capabilities.
I did not believe that this should be a security matter. Some of it, sure. But just the concept that there's definite proof. We even have articles from another world, another system. You just can't not tell everyone. It was like a Twilight Zone episode. It just kept getting stranger. The fact that was happening at all was the weirdest part. Look, it's been 30 years, and all of a sudden you raised it to this level. You know, this is a powerful technology, fearsome technology, and you just don't want everyone to have it. And it'll become obvious how to make constructive as well as destructive devices from it. It's my only guess as to why they have never released information. It's kind of difficult once you release the technology to be analyzed and give it to everyone. They can just run with it. You really can't keep the weapon potential hidden. You really can't. Look, with ET technology, you can literally rule the world. Well, I am telling the truth. I've tried to prove that. What's going on up there could be the most important event in history. You're talking about contact, physical contact and proof from another system, another planet, another intelligence. That's got to be the biggest event in history, period.
And it's real.
And it's real and it's there.